So I'm going to do a little video of my yard. I like to do these so that I know what we've done from last year and then to remember what I want to do by next year. So, because when we bought this house, the backyard was an absolute jungle. So we've done a lot of work on it and I like to document it. So in 2020 we built the deck. I think most people have seen it already. But this year we added the railing. We really just added it because if we ever sell the house, it's over 2 feet, so we'd have to have a railing. I don't know if I want to paint the top and bottom boards or not. It kind of doesn't look like it matches here, but it looks kind of good in real life. So then there's this one here. And there's the fish that, yes, I'm still going to make him a fountain some way, somewhere, sometime. But he's cute and huge. So we'll show you the deck. The deck it covers a cement pad that was here when the house was built, which was nice, but it has since sunk with the bentonite soil, so we just covered it. Here you step down, and then like this is part of what it kind of covers. We left this part. We did have our grills there, but we're not sure. We're probably going to go on farther all the way with the deck. We kind of did it in stages, and we probably will because it'll look nicer. But for now, we have this little thing here, which a friend gave me. It works by propane. Here's where Carrie's extra plants are. I'll show you those. Where his garden is now, we don't have he complains he doesn't get enough sun, so I gave him these pots and said, just line them up here, because it right here is always in the sun. But they're doing okay. I think that's squash or cucumber or squash or cucumber, I don't know. Just a few things in there. These are actually 3 apple trees he has grown from seed in the basement with the pot light. They're actually doing good. I'm impressed. I don't know what he's going to do with them if they get bigger, though. So my railing used to be lights like this. I had them in each pot, or I had a stake in the 3 pots, and they just swung across like, as a visual railing, and I loved it. I loved the lights, and he didn't want me to put the lights back on the railing, so I don't know. It's a little bit tall, and it kind of blocks my view of my favorite little garden, but there's so many sitting areas in this yard. We absolutely love it. If it's shady, sunny, or whatever. So we'll go down the stairs, and I'm going to turn around so I can remind myself of the project. We've got one more piece of board to put in right here. I think we ran out, and we just had to go back to work. We built the deck when we were off for COVID 2 years ago. Then we built the railing this year. And I think we did this stuff around the bottom last year. So it's kind of been a work in progress. But anyway, that's a project to work on. And these are a project. I don't know what I want here. I'm never really liked this flagstone pathway. It's such a mess to keep clean and keep the weeds out, but that's another project. And look at my phlox. It's kind of late. They were really pretty, but they came back after being dumped in snow all winter. And then I think I want to take more and put them here around in front of those rocks. I think that'll be pretty. This tree is the only tree, bush, shrub, whatever, that we left when we took everything out of the yard. And it's huge. It grows like a glove. If it grows much bigger, we're going to have to do something with it. So this is my favorite little area that I can see when I'm in the dining room looking out the window. It's a lot of my irises that I brought in from the front yard. They were literally in the front yard, in the middle of the front yard when we bought the house. There was an aspen tree here in the middle that ended up dying. So I added a few little daisies. I can't remember what these are called. Anyway, they're kind of I added them because I added the rocks. These rocks are from Clear Creek Canyon, and I painted them to look like a flower, and they matched my rocks. I really want something perennial, but I don't have anything yet that I want to put here when the irises are blooming. And this cool thing I got from work, I love it. I way overpaid for it, but I absolutely love it. So it balances on the middle. It comes, you know, and just blows with the wind. These rocks came from the sand wash basin and my horses, so I did those too. I just wanted to add some color because, yeah, I'm a little weird. I like the tchotchke kind of stuff. The irises are doing pretty good. This side right here, I don't think it gets as much sun, so it's kind of not as bright or not blooming as much. But these are really pretty. Those are really pretty. They're pink. They were pinker at first, the pink ones, but I love all these. This was Haley's favorite flower, so when I saw them all in the front middle yard of the house when we were looking at it, it was kind of like I don't know. I just felt like I had to live here. This Carrie's garden. This grass is doing really good because we've had a ton of rain lately. He put a sunflower here hoping the squirrel doesn't get it. They get them every year, like right before they open. They bite off the bloom and they don't even eat it. They just drop it. But we had some snow a couple weeks back, like in the beginning of May. It was real heavy and ruined a bunch of stuff. But we were actually going out of town that afternoon. That morning we got up and covered up as much as we could. This little pine tree he got from the woods somewhere, and it's actually been growing pretty good. Actually had tiny little pine cones this year. His boat, that was supposed to be, he's gonna probably sell that this year, he said, and get something a little smaller. But if he does, I want to do some shade stuff here, and I was gonna do it here too, but we sold the hammock frame, the big huge like arc looking frame, and just hung it on the tree, and it works perfect. So I just unhook it, take it down, put it in the trailer thing here when it's raining or when it's snowing or when in the winter when we're not using it. So this little area, this is the only thing that was here when we bought the house, this round brickwork, but it was covered with dirt and all kind of stuff. So I added the wall that goes around here. And this little garden, this is what I call my granny garden. It has all my daylilies in it. And then some other flowers, because we can't really grow a whole lot of stuff here that I would like to grow, like azaleas or hydrangeas, all those pretty southern flowers. Look, I have another one. I'm crazy. Yes, I bought another one. But how pretty is it? I did add, this was only going to be daylilies, and these are the small ones. I would get like $1 for $1 at Walmart after the season. But they do okay. They just bloom a lot later than the south. That's so pretty. It looks like it's turning orange and yellow as it turns, but it's actually orange. I think it's just the sun. But I love those. I planted those daisies because they are a perennial, and then eventually I want them to cover that big ugly box. But I just got a call the other day that they're coming out to change out that box, so I'm hoping it's going to be smaller. This is this little thing was here too, the seat. We just added the flagstone to make it look a little better because it was like way too much to try to take out. But we actually sit here. We sit a lot of places. It makes a lot of seating, I mean. I'm going to show you my favorite spot, my favorite thing about my yard right now last. But all this right here used to be a garden, and I wanted grass, so that's why he gets mad at me when I put him over here and it doesn't get a lot of sun. But so we added this year, this long bed right here, and I think we're gonna go ahead and extend it all the way to this one. He's already planted. This is going to be for peppers and okra and things that can't take any coolness. This is my butterfly bench my mother-in-law gave me. I absolutely love it. At first I was like, oh my goodness, that's kind of bright. She got it at my work when I was actually working, and I didn't even know till I got home. The neighbor's dog's just running on that side. I am working on a bench, a seat for it. This is our Blackberry. It's looking really good. It gets really huge. In a couple weeks, it'll be huge. And I did just plant some, right here I planted some gladiolas. But I love the bench. It'll be prettier too last year I had some flowers in a pot on each side of it, but this year I didn't because we're kind of working here, but I eventually want some perennials here. So this is our peach tree that Carrie got from Greg's house. It was a sapling, and now look at it. We did have 6 peaches last year. This year, the late snow we got probably killed anything that would become a peach, though. The maple needs some trimming. So this is my favorite flower bed. It's kind of in the middle. I forget why we put it here and not grass, because I think because of whatever it will look like before. But I put the irises originally to keep the dirt from coming out. So we had these beautiful purple ones. And this pretty brownish, almost little maroon yellow color. It actually has 3 bulbs this year. I'm a little late. I should have did this video a couple days ago. They were prettier. I had to stake them up because the wind was really knocking them over. But it's really pretty. And I added these probably a couple years ago, and they're just now maybe 3 to try to keep some of the dirt from washing out here. But they are gorgeous this year. I have a huge round bed in the front yard that is huge and gorgeous, and this year it's actually not anywhere near like it used to be, so I'm gonna have to probably separate those and move them somewhere else. I could either put them in front of here, but I think I kind of want some phlox, like I said, to go right here. This little guy used to be in the round bed where the spinning butterfly is now. I got that at a estate sale for like $3, believe it or not. And the 2 little ceramic ones I thrifted, they're like on a spring, so they kind of move with the wind and stuff. But these pretty glass ones, it's a set of 3. There's red, yellow, and orange. Let's see where the other one is. My mother-in-law gave me those, and they're solar and they light up at night, and they're so pretty. They were so pretty that I went back. That was last year. I went back this year and got another set, so I have 6. More irises. And this is my lavender. It blooms later, and it really smells good, though. It smells good now, and it blooms. It's really pretty. It blooms maybe a month later. But my favorite thing in the garden this year, so when I was talking about this bed, is I wanted yellow clumps in between my purple clumps, and I couldn't find yellow in any store. I couldn't find them with anybody that I know that has flowers, even at home in Georgia or Alabama. Nobody had any yellow that they would share with me. So I think in 2020, Carrie found me. He ordered some from eBay from a lady in Tennessee. I think I got 12, and I feel like I put 2 bulbs here. And then last year, of course, they grew and the green was there, but they didn't bloom. So this year, I can't wait for this one. This is going to have, well, it has 2 stalks. This is also yellow. It's not going to bloom for a while. And then I had 2 in the round bed, 2 tiny ones that are yellow that I am actually going to move because they're not going to get enough sun over there to do what they need to do. But this one is also yellow, and I have been watching it all week. It finally opened 2 of them, and then it's got 2 more that are going to open. But this is the most gorgeous, beautiful flower ever. So I have the yellow and the yellow. And there's my little patriotic butterfly. It kind of jiggles in the wind too, with its stars on it. But is that the most gorgeous flower ever? So this is my view when I sit here under my umbrella. But it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. And the purple ones really smell like grapes. I don't know if it's just me or not, but that guy is so pretty. So now maybe I'll go and do the front yard, because I have a lot of changes I want to do for it. Oh wait, one more change I want to put on here so I see it next year. This trailer has been sitting here for a while. It's very shaded under here. I don't really like showing my junk, but that's okay. That's the point of the video. This gate, we are going to move the gate up maybe 8 feet and then pull the trailer up 8 feet. We keep it behind the gate so nobody would steal it. Plus we actually kind of use it as an outside storage, which is silly. We thought about selling it, but why not keep it and use it, and then if we need it, we have it. But we're going to move it forward so that this area here I can clean up, and it will be, I'll have a shade garden along this fence. So hopefully in my next year video that'll be done. The hardest part about it really is just digging the holes to move the gate up. And that part of the yard that's on the other side of that gate is, we don't really use it that much. But I can show you. So it's just, we have a lot of grass now because we've had so much rain, but we don't normally at all. These shrubs are kind of between us and the neighbor. But if we move the gate up to about here, we'll have enough space. And I'm going to walk up and not probably talk because my neighbors are talking, but I can show you the irises that I said are, the snow really messed them up this year, and I had to cut a bunch and take them inside. This is where I had phlox that just wouldn't live, but I need to work on this area. I thrifted 3 plants for $1 a piece. I'm going to put here just to see how they do. That is just a weed, but I left it because I wasn't sure what it was. Now it finally opened. It's a crazy weed, I guess. I had Columbines in here too. I think that's what that is, but they won't do much. Okay, these really pretty pansies came back from last year after being under like mounds of snow. And I've done my video before about the bunny. Now the bunny has decided to, I guess, make her hole and put her babies in there. So we'll have to be careful. And this is at the front door. She did one in here last year, and the bunnies ran up and hid behind the pot. So this is a little late. This is candy tuft. It's usually just a solid white mound. It's usually really pretty. This year it wasn't as pretty. We have 3 bunches here that are gonna get moved. Hopefully, this is my next project. Look at all these morning glories. A couple years ago I planted like 2 plants in here, and maybe 3 years I've had them here, and those are all the seeds. Well, there's a million. I need to spread them out or give them away, because that'll be a huge amount. And you see we lost the aspen tree that was here. I think I cut it down last year. It just didn't come back, it died. We just have one left. So what I'm gonna do is take the candy tuft that are over here against the wall and move them into here, or maybe in the back in that round bed. Because what I want to do is get rid of, the steps have sunk, but I want to get rid of the right side steps and have a new concrete step porch, whatever, poured that starts here and goes all the way to the wall. So then from here to the wall will be cement, and then this right here, it'll either be these or it'll be cement too. I'm not sure. I think it's cement will stop at the corner, and then these will be here. I think that'll just make it look a lot better. So these iris I moved over 2 years ago, and they're just now blooming. They bloom tiny back there, but that's a little bit shaded, although this front gets all the sun. The roses is starting to come. I put this here for Carrie's sunflower, but he didn't put the sunflower in front of it. So this I'll probably move back over there to where the morning glories are. This was the hyacinths. Of course, they've already bloomed. They bloomed early. And this candy tuft really spreads. There's a little bit there. And I did this wall, I think, second year we had the house. Here's some more irises. Another, this is only like 2 years old, and it was a little like 4-inch pot when I bought it. And I'm trying to say, I don't know if it's bloomed yet this year. Here's another little bunch trying to grow. I had Columbines in here, but and back here, they just don't do well. And this is the one that used to be so pretty. It's really bent over from the snow, and I'm gonna have to divide it up and move it. I think I'm gonna move a big clump over here where I was talking about earlier. And isn't that the craziest weed? These used to really show, but the pine tree behind me has gotten way too big. So from the street, you don't even really see them anymore. But right here is where I was talking about. We're gonna, next project, this is a major project, and that front step is a major project, but bring it to this here and that'll give us from here to here to pull it forward, and then have a little bit of space back there to actually use, because we never really do anything here. Although I do have some plants in that terracotta pot right there. I forget what the lady told me they were, but I paid $1.50 a piece, and there's 3 of them. Some kind of fern flower, but it blooms, and they're full of blooms. I'm gonna put here and just see if I can get something to stay. Nothing used to grow because of the sun, but now that the pine tree is so big, it's fine. But the cat, I had a neighbor's cat that kept pooping in here, so I've put like ammonia all the way around it, and we put some new mulch, and it doesn't look like he's been back, so hopefully he won't. All right. Okay, another major project, not major, but just something I want to do, is these 3 pots. I love having them here, but I pulled out the dead stuff, and I gotta go get something to replace it with. But I want to find or build 3 matching square containers that are that almost have a permanent look, kind of a wood or something. I think that'll look a lot better than just having the different variety of pots. But you know, I love the flowers. The flowers overshadow the pots. And I think there was one other thing that I wanted to document as a project, and I forgot. Now I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, this gorgeous tree I was talking about here. It had all these baby pine cones. Look at how little. They're so cute. So yeah, I guess I need to find out from someone if it can be trimmed, or so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But I didn't want to pull it up or kill it because it was the only thing that was green when we moved in here. So it's kind of sentimental, and I like having it here for the hummingbirds because I feel like they feel a little safer with the tree to kind of be around them. Oh yeah, and here's some more rocks from the creek. That's the natural look. I can't decide what I like better. What do you like better? I don't know. I kind of feel like I need something with a purple middle, but I hadn't decided yet. But I do love those. Those not so much. I think I need to push them where they each like touch. They may look a little better. They're just not quite the right shape, but you get the gist. Yeah. All right. And that's the video.